Clap.
Why?
So,
This Studio 20 program is like, it doesn't really breed your typical journalist, your classic journalist, I should say. It's more of like figuring out like the next step.
Our idea is bring diversely talented people coming from lots of different places with lots of different skills.
I was a journalism student in France, in Paris.
I was working in media for a couple different outlets, a couple different companies.
I came from the jungles.
I was in school until I got here, never had a real job.
I taught English in China.
I was a reporter in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
After working in advertising for 5 years, traveling the world for a few years, I signed up for grad school.
What will they have in common? They will have this problem of how do we invent the next press?
I had been increasingly kind of frustrated with the way, just in general, my journalism was being used.
I once filed 13 stories in one day, so that was the exhaustion and the rat race I wanted to avoid.
The stories I was being asked to cover, the ways I was being asked to cover them, I felt like it was still very much focused on the old way of doing things.
We have people who are like out of the box, kind of let's break it people. And we have people who are more like let's fix it or repair it.
Jay Rosen came out to give a talk to our newsroom, and I looked this guy up and found out about the program he has at NYU Studio 20, and it seemed like it was the answer to a lot of the frustrations I was hearing.
Unlike Patrick, I have no experience as a journalist. I had no idea who Jay Rosen was. I didn't know anything about reporting.
I found out about Studio 20 on the website because I was online and that's where I live. But it appealed to me because it was just about making new things.
So I came to New York as an exchange student, and that's how I discovered Studio 20.
I'm at Studio 20 because I wanted to increase my skill set.
Program description as bring skills, share skills, and leave with more skills.
I think I got a toolbox.
I shoot video,
Data,
Photography,
coding.
video editing.
I discovered a lot of ways to tell stories online that I never thought of.
They can provide a unique contribution to journalism.
Spread truths and unmask untruths, and that to me is what being a journalist is all about.
I came here thinking that there were 4 forms of journalism, and the web, TV, radio, and print. And I wanted to explore the web. And in fact, I think that I discovered that there are millions of forms of doing journalism.
so much journalism out there, so many options. It'd be cool to be able to tell stories that people are excited to read. Look at us, we're in the same story right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm very uncomfortable.